The Path to Discovering Family History by Maggie Walker. I will be discussing Alice Walker's everyday use. Using irony, Walker spins a tale of Dee's superficial journey to connect with her African ancestry, a journey that leads her back to the place she has rejected and dismissed, her true Southern heritage in rural Georgia with Mama. Walker wrote Everyday Use during the African American movement. The African movement was a time period where the Black people were trying to find themselves and discover their culture. In her short stories, Walker would often portray herself in her characters. This is evident in Everyday Use. Walker and Dee both went to college and participated in the African American movement. Maggie and Walker both suffered injuries when they were young. Maggie was burned in a house fire, and Walker was shot in the eye with a BB gun. In this story, Maggie accepts who she is, a farm girl. Dee, however, does not. She wants more, an education, clothes, and to connect with her African ancestors. In the story, there are changes that Dee makes to herself that make a big difference. For example, Dee changes the way she dresses to be more African. Mama points out Dee's clothing in the story. She describes it. A dress so loud it hurts my eyes. Walker, page 3012. Dee's dress is like looking directly into the sun. It's so colorful that it is obnoxious. Dee also wears her hair on top of her head, a fashion that has not yet reached Mama on the farm. Dee is participating in the African American movement and is doing whatever she can to display her heritage. Critic Patricia Kane puts it perfectly. But Dee's appreciation is based on the current fashion rather than on an acceptance of her heritage. Page 259. She wants to fit in with the movement more than she cares to fit in with her family. Dee wants to take items from Mama to put on display in her home. She wants the dasher, churn top, and a few quilts. Dee believes these items will prove her African ancestry. The quilts Dee wishes to take are family heirlooms. They were crafted by hand and include pieces of Grandma Dee's old dresses, Grandpa Gerald's paisley shirts, and a tiny piece of Great-Grandpa Ezra's Civil War uniform. Dee only wants to hang the items and not put them to everyday use like they were intended. Critic David Colwart says, "The visitor, Dee, rightly recognizes the quilts as part of a fragile heritage, but fails to see the extent to which she herself traduces that heritage." Page 172. Dee is devaluing her culture by the way she acts. She understands the face value of the quilts, but nothing more. In the end, Mama does not give Dee the quilts. She ends up not getting what she came for. She was in search of her true heritage, but overlooked what was right in front of her in Mama and Maggie. Critics Butler, Dean, and Humphrey say, despite, or perhaps because of, Mama's sacrifices and hard work to send Dee off to acquire an education in the outside world, Dee reveals a fundamental selfishness and lack of understanding of her culture and family. The main battle in the story is between culture and family. She wants to connect with her culture like the rest of the African American movement, but ignores the family that is right in front of her. By the end of the story, Dee's true selfishness is proven. When she doesn't get what she wants, she leaves, just like she did when she was younger. Dee's journey to find her true heritage caused her to change the way she dressed, change her name, and to try to collect items of family value to put on display in her home. But in the end, she failed to understand that she need not look anywhere other than at home to find her roots.